Hi, this is Frank, and we're tackling the for-hire endorsement test, the crucial step for operating taxis, limousines, or shuttles. This test is all about maintaining high standards of safety, legality, and customer service. Let's jump into the questions you need to know to pass. What is the primary purpose of the for-hire endorsement? To certify that the driver has met higher standards for safety, medical fitness, and background checks required for commercial passenger transport. This endorsement ensures public trust and safety for all paying passengers. Let's continue. What is the mandatory blood alcohol concentration BA limit for a driver operating a for-hire vehicle? Zero BAC, or zero tolerance for alcohol and drugs. Professional drivers carrying passengers for compensation are held to the strictest limits. Moving on. As a for-hire driver, what is your first responsibility when dealing with a passenger who is exhibiting disruptive behavior? To maintain professionalism, ensure vehicle safety, and attempt to de-escalate the situation calmly. Prioritize the safety of all occupants while remaining composed and non-confrontational. Time for the next question. What must a for-hire driver immediately report to their employer or the appropriate authority? Any traffic violation, collision, or any arrest for a criminal offense. Due to the higher standards for passenger safety, these incidents often require immediate self-reporting. Next up, why is customer confidentiality especially important for a for-hire driver? Drivers must never discuss or reveal personal information, travel destinations, or conversations of passengers. Protecting client privacy is a core professional requirement. Let's continue. Which documents must a for-hire driver have in their possession while transporting passengers? Valid CDL or equivalent license with the for-hire endorsement, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance. These documents verify the driver and vehicle are legally authorized for commercial transport. Moving on, when conducting a pre-trip inspection, what must a for-hire driver specifically check that a standard CDL driver might not prioritize? Cleanliness of the passenger compartment, functioning heating AC, and secure seat belts for all seats. Passenger comfort and safety features specific to the cab are critical for professional service. Time for the next question. If a passenger leaves a valuable item in your vehicle, what is the correct action? Immediately contact dispatch or management to report the item and secure it in the vehicle. Follow the lost and found protocol to ensure the item is quickly returned to the owner. Next up. If a passenger requests to be dropped off at a location that the driver believes is unsafe or illegal, what should the driver do? Explain politely that the requested stop is not safe and offer to stop at the nearest safe, legal alternative. The driver's duty of care and legal responsibility override an unsafe passenger request. Let's continue. How often must a for-hire vehicle typically undergo a mandatory safety inspection? Usually more frequently than standard passenger vehicles, e.g., semi-annually or annually. Frequent inspections are necessary due to the vehicle's high mileage and passenger use. Moving on, what is the most critical aspect of defensive driving for a for-hire operator? Anticipating potential hazards from pedestrians and other drivers, allowing extra following distance, and maintaining awareness. The driver must constantly protect their passengers from external risks. Time for the next question. What is the primary rule for assisting passengers with disabilities, such as those using a wheelchair? Only assist them after asking how they prefer to be helped and following their instructions. Always ask before assisting. Let the passenger guide the process. Next up, if a roadside inspection is initiated by law enforcement, what must the for-hire driver do? Fully cooperate with the inspector, provide all requested documents, and ensure passenger safety during the stop. Cooperation is mandatory for commercial vehicle inspections. Let's continue. What should a driver do if a passenger becomes medically distressed or ill during a trip? Pull over safely, contact emergency services 911 or dispatch, and follow their instructions. Immediate safe stopping and contacting help are the priorities. Moving on. When must a for-hire driver refuse a fare? If the passenger is highly intoxicated, threatening, is carrying hazardous materials, or if the driver feels their personal safety is at risk. The driver has the right to refuse service to protect themselves, the vehicle, and the public. Time for the next question. What is the correct way to handle a passenger who attempts to smoke in a non-smoking vehicle? Politely inform the passenger of the no smoking policy and ask them to extinguish the item immediately. Firm, yet polite, enforcement of vehicle rules is required. Next up, what is required if a for-hire vehicle is equipped with a camera system facing the passenger compartment? The driver must inform the passengers that the vehicle is equipped with recording devices, usually with visible signage. Transparency and notice regarding recording are typically legally required. Let's continue. Which action is strictly prohibited while operating a for-hire vehicle with passengers? Using a handheld mobile device for talking, texting, or browsing. Hands-free operation is usually mandatory to eliminate distraction. Moving on. When stopping to pick up or drop off passengers, where should the driver pull over? As close to the curb or sidewalk as safely possible, clear of fire hydrants, bus stops, and intersections. This ensures passenger safety upon exiting and minimizes traffic obstruction. Time for the next question. What must the driver do concerning passenger loading zones at airports or train stations? Follow all posted signs and instructions regarding waiting, standing, and loading times locations. These areas are heavily regulated to maintain traffic flow. Next up, what does the term due diligence mean for a professional for hire driver? Taking every reasonable precaution to prevent harm, following all rules, and acting responsibly at all times. It means demonstrating continuous, reasonable care toward passengers and the public. Let's continue. Why is it important to maintain a comfortable interior temperature and clean air in the vehicle? It is part of providing a professional and courteous service, especially for elderly or medically sensitive passengers. Comfort contributes significantly to the quality of the service. Moving on. If a passenger cannot pay the fare, what is the best course of action? Follow the company's specific protocol, e.g., contacting dispatch for guidance or attempting to resolve the situation without confrontation. Safety and company procedures take priority over the fare amount. Time for the next question. What is the procedure for securing a child safety seat provided by the parent/guardian? The driver is responsible for ensuring the child safety seat is secured properly according to all safety standards. The driver has the ultimate responsibility for the safety of all occupants. Next up, what must be checked daily regarding the emergency and first aid kit? That the kit is present, stocked, and easily accessible. Emergency equipment must always be ready for use. Let's continue. What is the minimum standard for personal hygiene and appearance for a for-hire driver? A professional, neat, and clean appearance, e.g., no strong perfume/colognes. A clean appearance is a key part of professional customer service. Moving on, if a passenger requests a route that is significantly longer than the most direct one, what is the driver's responsibility? The driver must follow the passenger's requested route unless it is illegal or unsafe. The customer's wishes regarding the route must be respected. Time for the next question. What is the driver's primary responsibility regarding the vehicle's liability insurance? Ensure the vehicle has the required higher commercial insurance coverage for passenger transport. Commercial insurance is legally required for hire operation. Next up, why should a for-hire driver avoid making sudden aggressive acceleration or braking maneuvers? To ensure passenger comfort, prevent injury, and avoid spills or motion sickness. A smooth ride is central to professional passenger service. Let's continue. What must a driver do if they suspect a passenger has forgotten their cell phone in the vehicle? Notify dispatch immediately and follow the protocol for handling lost property. Quick notification improves the chances of a successful return. Moving on. What is the legal requirement regarding fare collection? Use the designated meter or app to accurately calculate the fare and clearly inform the passenger of the amount. Accurate and transparent fare calculation is mandatory. Time for the next question. When driving at night, what should a for-hire driver do when approaching intersections? Scan the intersection for pedestrians, cyclists, and potential red light runners. Increased vigilance is required at night due to reduced visibility. Next up, what action is required when assisting a passenger with heavy luggage? The driver should assist with loading and unloading luggage from the trunk or cargo area. Assistance with luggage is a standard professional courtesy. Let's continue. If a passenger vomits in the vehicle, what is the driver's immediate responsibility? Pull over safely, ensure the passenger is safe, and contact dispatch immediately for cleaning procedures. Ensure safety first, then follow company protocol for biohazard cleanup. Moving on, why is it crucial to keep the side and rear windows of the vehicle clear? To ensure full visibility for safe driving and to allow passengers to see out. Clear windows are a safety and a service requirement. Time for the next question. What should a driver do if they encounter a road closure or significant delay? Immediately inform the passenger of the situation, offer alternative routes, and estimate the additional time cost. Communication and customer consent are essential when delays or costs change. Next up, what is the correct way to use a two-way radio or communication device while driving? Keep all conversations brief, professional, and use a hands-free device only. Safety regulations require minimal distraction from communications. Let's continue. Before accepting a fare, what must the driver verify? The identity of the person requesting the ride if using an app, and the destination. This ensures the driver is picking up the correct pre-booked passenger. Moving on. What is the proper technique for turning corners in a for-hire vehicle with passengers? Slow down before the turn, maintain steady speed through the turn, and accelerate gently upon exiting. This smooth technique prioritizes passenger comfort. Time for the next question. If your vehicle has a flat tire with a passenger on board, what must you do? Pull over immediately and safely, ensure passenger safety, and call for roadside assistance or dispatch. Passenger safety and comfort are paramount. Roadside assistance is usually the best action. Next up, what is the correct action if a passenger becomes verbally abusive? Remain calm and professional, avoid arguing, and use non confrontational language to diffuse the situation. Do not match their tone. De escalation is the priority. Let's continue. Why is prearrangement of fares or estimated costs important for limousine shuttles? To prevent misunderstandings about pricing and ensure the customer agrees to the service cost up front. Fixed or negotiated rates must be clear before the trip starts. Moving on, what is the required distance a for-hire driver must maintain from a fire hydrant when picking up dropping off, as specified by local law, typically 3 meters, 10 feet, or more. Local traffic laws must always be followed for passenger stops. Time for the next question. What must a driver do if they are taking prescription medication that may affect their driving ability? Consult a doctor and inform their employer. They must not drive if their ability is impaired. The driver is responsible for ensuring they are medically fit to drive safely. Next up, when approaching a crosswalk, what is a key responsibility of a for-hire driver? Scan for pedestrians, slow down, and be prepared to stop and yield the right of way. Due care for pedestrians is a professional driving requirement. Let's continue. What must be on the vehicle's exterior to clearly identify it as a for-hire vehicle? Appropriate license plates, company decals, or unique identification markings as required by local law. The vehicle must be clearly marked as commercially licensed. Moving on, what is the main benefit of being familiar with alternative routes? To efficiently bypass unexpected traffic congestion or road closures, ensuring timely service. Route knowledge is a mark of professional, efficient service. Time for the next question. What must a for-hire driver do regarding the vehicle's documentation, registration, insurance? Ensure all documents are current, valid, and easily accessible to law enforcement. Maintaining current legal documents is a core requirement of commercial operation. Next up, what is the critical distinction between a taxi service and a limousine livery service? Taxis typically charge based on a metered fare and can be hailed. Livery often charges a fixed rate and must be prearranged. The method of booking and fare calculation often defines the legal operating differences between the two. Let's continue. What is the highest priority when managing a situation involving a passenger who refuses to wear a seatbelt? Politely inform the passenger that the law requires seatbelt use and that the vehicle cannot move until they comply. The driver has a legal and safety responsibility to ensure all passengers are restrained before starting the trip. That wraps up our practice session for the for-hire endorsement test. Keep reviewing this material and you'll be ready for your test.